Hello everyone, this is Sherry. Welcome back. I have a layout today for you for the Cut Shop, and the Cut Shop has teamed up with CSI, and we are working on case file number 170, which is where you pull elements from all of the lists there. I'm using cut files from A Banner Day, from Target Practice, and also from Totally Triangles. I'm using all three sets of the cut files, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let me just say welcome back. I'm sorry again, it's been so long since my last video. I think I am just about over my bronchitis, and my voice is sounding much better, and I'm feeling so much better. So this is actually a layout I did a couple of weeks ago, but like I said, I've just kind of been able to get it narrated, so I wanted to go ahead and get it narrated and get it posted. So thank you for not giving up on me. I'm still here and all is good. So I started with this layout using the Totally Triangles background, and it's actually a full 12 by 12 background. I just cut a section of it because I didn't want to use the whole background. I just wanted a strip going across the center of the page. And I know that the video went kind of fast as we were going through the CSI, the case file, and how that works is like for the case file we're doing is number 170. And basically you pull some elements from one section called evidence, and you have to pull two or more elements. One of the elements was triangles that I'm using from the list. I'm also going to be using banners, arrows, and stars, which you only have to use 2 or more from the whole list. I ended up using 4. And then there's the journaling part, which is to document a summer ritual. And then also the color choices you have to use, which is lime green, blue, white, bright red, and a bright sky blue. So I'm using all of those on my background. And so I used the triangle cut file, and I actually sprayed it lime green. And right now what I'm doing is I am just layering some mist on the background because I wanted to start off with some colors on my background. And I'm using the colors from the you know, case file, the colors we have to use, which is the blue and the lime green I'm using on the background. And so what I'm going to do first, now that my ink splatters are down, I'm going to go ahead and adhere those triangles. And I love that cut file because it's just kind of airy. You can still see the background through it, but it just adds a little bit of interest there to the center of my page. And I'm using that fine liner bottle, which is amazing for adhering those little fine lines. And so I'm going to go ahead and just get that adhered and get it all glued down, which is going to take just a few minutes here to get everything tacked down and adhered to the page. And this is kind of challenging for me. I don't usually do a lot of like recipe type layouts, because usually on my layouts I kind of just grab what I'm kind of feeling at the moment and I kind of go with it. And so to be more of a structured sense, of having to do a layout where you actually have to pull certain colors and certain elements, it was kind of a challenge for me. And I can be quite the procrastinator. Yes, I can, when it's something that I either don't want to do or is like challenging. So I did procrastinate on this one a little bit, but I did get it done. And once it, I started it, it actually started coming together very, very well. So I just kind of, made myself buckle down and do it. And it was actually quite enjoyable. I have to say I did really enjoy doing the layout. And I ended up being really happy with it. I was very pleased because I do love the colors. It's bright colors. And I'm actually using, like I said, the topic was to document a summer ritual. And I'm using these photos of my grandson and my niece. And she was over and they were playing out in the backyard in the pool. And so it was pool and popsicles and pool time. And so that was my documentation of the summer ritual. And I am coloring those cut files. You see me do this a lot. If you've seen my videos, I do cut them mainly in white, and then I'll color them if I need to do that. And so I kind of did like not really an ombre, but kind of like a variegated effect using the blue and the green. And this is going to be one of the elements that's required, which was banners. And so that's why I chose this cut file, because I liked the pennant banner and I liked the one with the little hearts. And so I'm going to go ahead and just adhere those to the top of the page. And that's going to take care of that element for the banners. And I'm just kind of fussing with the photos and trying to figure out the, how I want those laid out. And then I'm using the target practice. You see the arrows there. I've said this before, that's one of my favorite cut files because I use it on so many layouts, because you can so use those arrows and for so many different things. And so that's one that I do use a lot. It's kind of like just a great added embellishment to pretty much any layout. So I'm going to go ahead and put those arrows down. And I was trying to pull in some more red because that was one of the colors that needed to be in the layout, with some red. So I did matte my photos with a dark red, but I wanted to try to pull in a little bit more of that red in. So I have that red pattern paper, which I'm going to go ahead and use some of that for. And again, just layering. And I kind of wanted that photo with my niece and my grandson on the chair there with their popsicles. I kind of wanted that to be more of the focal point. So I backed it with the red pattern paper and popped it up on pop dots so that it would just kind of stand out a little bit more. And then I'm using my thickers, and I love those little rainbow thickers. I just think they're so cute. And I think they're versatile because, you know, I use a lot of bright colors, and so it goes with a lot of layouts. So I'm going to go ahead and use that for the title Popsicles. I'm gonna use that one, and then I'm gonna use some other letters for the rest of the title. But that is going to be the first part of my title, and I'm just working on trying to get everything lined up. I always say I have fat finger syndrome because I don't know if it's my nails or what, but I have the hardest time getting stuff down. So I use those little tweezer bee scissors. I've used them so much the little grips have fallen off. But I love to use those for adhering like some of the finer things, and even, you know, my letters and things that are kind of hard to get a hold of sometimes, and making sure everything's straight. So and then I'm going to use these thickers, trying to go through my things. So I'm going to use the thickers for the rest of the layout, rest of the title, excuse me, which is pool time. And so, yeah, I just titled it Popsicles and Pool Time because that's pretty much summer activity for the kids. So it's been so hot. It's almost been too hot to even go outside, I'll be honest with you. My grandsons wanted to come over and play in the pool, and it's just like been so crazy hot the past couple weeks here, 3 or 4 weeks maybe even, here in Tennessee. It's just been, I mean, like, the humidity is like you cannot breathe. And they make jokes about you have to have gills when you go outside to breathe because the humidity's been so high. So this was earlier in the summer. This past few weeks, we haven't even been able to go outside and play. It's just kind of like so hot that the kids get overheated so quick. So I'm hoping it cools down soon because he has a birthday party this weekend. And he just turned 2, so we have a birthday party this weekend, and it is outside. So I'm hoping it's today's much better. It's kind of cooling down, so I'm looking forward to the weekend. I hope it stays this way. So I'm just going through some of my ephemera here and pulling out different pieces of things that I can use on the layout. I'm trying to keep the color within the color scheme, you know, the reds and the blues and the green. And I'm going ahead and adhering those arrows down. And I wanted to staple them. I need a long reach stapler because I couldn't get to that other one. But I like the looks of those just adhered down with the stapler, and then I kind of tacked them down with the glue. And I think I was fussing with my stapler here. I ran out of staples, of course. And I was trying to trick. I thought I saw where I could use a mouse pad and tack it down and then, you know, go on the back and fold it over, but yeah, it didn't work. So that's what that little mistake was there. So I just went ahead and glued him down, and I'm just looking for some embellishments to kind of be able to add in there and finish it off a little bit. And I'm probably in my drawer, and I really like that ampersand, but it didn't pop off. Obviously, it didn't pop off the page with the white background. So I used that little red, little red transparency circle, and mounted it on that so it would actually stand off of the page and you could actually see it, which I really liked that. And so I'm going to go ahead and get my pictures adhered down to the page and start my kind of just wrapping up so that I can get all of my embellishments on the layout. And once I kind of get to that point, I want to start adhering things down and wrapping it up. And I'm pulling out some old things. I have some old Freckled Fawn kits that, you know, I think they're from last summer that I never used. So I'm really trying to dig in my stash and use up some of those older items, even though I do still have a lot of new stuff with my kits that I get. But I'm really trying to go through my old stash and use up those things. And so I found this Freckled Fawn kit that actually was great. It had lots of great colors that I was using and lots of cute elements. So I'm pulling those out and just kind of scattering a few things around the page. And fun stuff. And I hope you can't hear my neighbor outside. I think he's doing like yard work or something. I don't know. But he's like started after just as I started recording. But he like does stuff all the time. I mean, seriously, me and my next door neighbor, we kind of laugh because it's like, is there a day that he doesn't do yard work? I mean, he's like obsessed with his yard. And so we always hear the weed eater going. We always hear the lawnmower going or the blower. And a lot of times it's early in the mornings. It's just at random times in the evening. It's like, oh my gosh, does the guy have nothing to do? But anyway, so I hope you don't hear it in the background because he just started when I started doing my narrating here. So hopefully it's not coming through. But so I pretty much have a lot of my, embellishments down, and I'm going to do just a little bit of journaling here on the layout because that's part of the journaling is to, document about a summer ritual, which is always popsicles and pool time. So I'm just going to do a quick bit of journaling here straight on the layout. And I think I'm going to do, my date stamp. I'm always going to do my date stamp. So I'm just doing a few stamps there of the date. And it's been a while. I'm trying to think what I'm doing next here. Oh yeah, I was pulling out a few more stamps to just try to, I was going to just stamp some sentiments around the page, and I use that October, I think it's October afternoon is what I end up using to go stamp some around the page. And that's going to wrap it up. I've got some close-ups for you here, and I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for coming back, and I hope to be back posting regularly again soon. But for now, here's some close-ups, and thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye-bye.